There was a lot of raw emotion in the White House yesterday. Students, parents, and teachers spoke about the impact of gun violence in their lives and on their communities. President Donald Trump invited them for the listening session. The president spoke about a plan of action which includes background checks, a stronger mental health care system, and a conceal and carry plan.
It's called concealed carry, and it only works where you have people very adept at using firearms, of which you have many. And it would be teachers and coaches.
I appreciate the point on arming teachers. It's not personally something that I support. Rather than arm them with a firearm, I would rather arm them with the knowledge of how to prevent these acts from happening in the first place.
WCCO chief political reporter Pat Kessler joins us now. Pat, I have to say, I think yesterday was a remarkable day.
Yep.
A very
really impressive.
Very frank and raw discussion in the White House with the president, and then again with Marco Rubio in Florida last night.
Yeah, we're beginning to see movement among politicians, and I agree with you 100%. I thought yesterday was really emotional, really cool to watch people actually confronting the president in a very respectful way, and the president listening to all of these folks. And then last night, Marco Rubio had the courage that a lot of politicians do not have, who are gun rights people, to stand in front of a crowd and take it. So I liked both of those. Now, will that translate into anything happening? We hear the president this morning talking about some of the things he wants to do. It's reflecting here in Minnesota, too, and we have a big rally today at the Capitol. But that's the big question. So we see folks now moving, and I think it's because of all the attention, but will anything actually get done? And that's the key.
Pat, we know President Trump has tweeted several different tweets this morning, and one as recent as just a couple of minutes ago. But this one says, history shows that a school shooting lasts on average 3 minutes. It takes police and first responders approximately 5 to 8 minutes to get to the site of the crime. Highly trained, gun-adept teachers and coaches would solve the problem instantly before police arrive. And he said in all caps there, a great deterrent. And he talked about this in a couple of different tweets about, you know, he's not saying to arm all teachers, but to have a few with maybe that military background, to have them armed.
Yeah, and we got to fact check a lot of this, that what is true and what is not. However, that is a position that we're seeing reflected around the country, more school security. Let's all remember that there was an armed security guard at this Florida high school where the shooting happened. And the shooter killed people outside the high school before going inside. But here in Minnesota, we also have members of the House and the Senate who are very interested in that kind of thing, arming some of the teachers. You're going to get a lot of pushback from gun control supporters who are coming to the Capitol today, saying that the answer to gun violence is not more guns, especially in the schools. But that is an idea I think that people are going to talk about quite a bit now.
A lot of concerns about that.